Hello. Sorry that took a little bit longer to connect than I had planned. Having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm here now. Happy days. Right, going to just jump straight into it, and I hope you are ready for this because this kit is stunning. So, today we are going to be sharing the Painted Skies kit, and I'm also going to share the suite that goes alongside it, which I think is really cool that we've got both a suite and a kit that coordinate. Let's turn the lights on to let you see what's going on. Okay, so this kit, I know, do you know what? I'm going to turn that light back off. I don't think that helps. There we go. This kit has got three different designs in it, and you get to make three of each. It is a kit which doesn't come with a stamp set, which means it's one of the cheaper priced ones. So this one is £17. I have opened it up already because I was showing it to somebody at the weekend, but I haven't crafted with it yet. So that's what we're going to do this evening. The colours that are used in this suite are, there's a lot on here. I'm not going to read them all out, but they are very pretty. So I'm going to put the instructions to one side, and I'm going to show you what you get in the packet. Let's start pulling this out. So first of all, you've got these frames. So we've got these ones which look a bit like a label. We've got these ones which have got, they're all kind of mixed up. Those are the label type ones. These are ones which have got kind of like squared corners. And then these are ones which are like arches. You'll see them as we craft with them. We've got these pre-printed pieces here with a bit of texture on them, which is quite cool. Next, we've got the sentiments. So the sentiments are pre-printed and pre-punched out for us. Are these stickers? I don't think they're stickers. But because this is a set which comes in without stamp set, there's multiple languages. Hey, Linda, yours arrived as well. It is gorgeous, isn't it? 4 languages for this kit: French, English, French, English, German, and Dutch. And the sentiments: sending a little sunshine your way, thanks for keeping me afloat, and time to celebrate. So pop them there. Then we've got, I'll show you the star of the show at the end. We've got the envelopes here, plain white envelopes, but they've kind of got a linen effect to them. You can't really see the texture on the camera, but they're very pretty. We've got mini foam dimensionals, foam strips, and some sequins. And then this is what I call the star of the show. So there are 3 card blanks using these beautiful seaside scenes. But what is really cool about them is they have got these pieces as well. So I'm going to make all 3 cards to show you what they look like. But they are fabulous. And again, you can't really see it on the screen, but there's this amazing texture. They almost look like canvas. The texture of the card is the same as the texture of the envelopes, and they are really, really pretty. So first one I'm going to do uses this piece here, and I'm going to start by gathering all the pieces together. So we have this, we have one of these frames, which is this one here. We need one of these orange pieces. And then we need the sentiment and the sequins, which I put down here, plus the adhesives. So let's put this one together. So this I just think is stunning. You've got this wave effect that goes over the front, which is really, really pretty. I'm going to use my bone folder just to burnish that down a little bit, and the same along the front. Then what you do is you take this frame, poke it out. The piece on the inside, you can totally expect I'm going to craft with that. That is a handy, useful, decent sized piece of card. On the frame, what I need to do, let's get my sequins out. Oh, we've got 2 sheets of these foam strips. And we're going to put one along the top, one along the side there, one along the bottom, and one along the final side. There we go. Let's peel these off. I love the pictures on these card blanks. They are beautiful. And if you're looking at them going, they look very familiar, it does coordinate with one of the suites in the catalogue, and I'm going to show you that afterwards. So let's find a good way to line this up. First time I did it, it was a little bit squint. I'm going to kind of start at the top and then position it at the bottom. There we go. So you get this 3D frame effect. Then what I'm going to do is use, so it's time to celebrate is the sentiment that goes on this one. And I use the mini foam pads. I'm going to get my trusty take a pick tool to help me position these. How's everybody doing? Hope you've been enjoying enjoying the weather today. I don't know what it's been like with you, but the weather with me has been crazy. It's on one minute it's been blazing sunshine, right now it's blue skies. Earlier on we had hailstones coming down with such force. Any flowers which had started to bloom were getting well and truly battered. I was like, they're going to completely lose any petals which had popped out. But I think that's been the same across the country. My friends, my colleagues down south, they've had crazy weather as well. Right. So we've got this orange strip that goes along here, and then the time to celebrate that goes on top. And then next, we just finish it off with some of these sequins. There we go. Envelope to pair with it. And that is the first card done. What do you think? This kit is so much fun, and the cards are just beautiful, and they're so easy to put together. Let's go on to the second one. I'm going to do the 3 cards in the kit fairly quickly because they are very straightforward and easy to do. And then I'm going to show you the suite, and I'm going to recreate a card for you that I did for my dad for his birthday. And he quite liked it, so not all that bad. Right, which one do we use here? Thanks for keeping me afloat. That's quite a nice sentiment. So this one again, I'm going to fold over and just with my bone folder, press down these pieces here. This one is really lovely with a lighthouse. Every kind of weather in 1 hour. Oh no, you got caught out in it, Linda. That's not so good. But at least there was a coffee shop that you could escape into. Right. Do you know what? I'm going to try a technique this time to stick the frame on, which I used to use ages ago and I haven't for a while, but we're going to give it a shot and see if this works. So I have put the 4 strips on either side and I'm going to peel off just a small piece and kind of bend it at an angle like that. Okay, so I've not peeled the whole thing off, I've just done a little corner at each end. So now I'm going to line this up, and because the whole thing isn't sticky, it's actually easier to put into position, but it still sticks down because I've just got those little bits in the corner. And then if I take that and pull it, that is a much easier way of lining these pieces up and making sure that they stick down properly. How easy was that? Should have done that on the first one. There we go. Nice and easy. All right, let's get some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment. What did you think of that tip with the foam pads? Is that one that you've done in the past? I know a lot of you are experienced crafters, and sometimes we forget about these tips until either we remember or somebody reminds us. So hopefully that has helped remind you. Quick hi to everyone watching on Facebook, hi to everyone on YouTube, hi to everyone watching live, and hi to everyone watching on catch up. I hope you're having a good evening. There we go, card number 2 finished. Envelope to go with it. I really like that one with the lighthouse and just finishing it off with the sequins to give it a little bit of shimmer. Really, really nice. Okay, card number 3 is definitely the brightest of them all. So use the bone folder as before, and then this one with this beautiful pine tree. It's not a pine tree, palm tree. Put your teeth in, Emma. And then one of the arch pieces. So these arches are really lovely in the kit, but remember we've got arches dies as well. So it would be very easy to recreate this card using different supplies. There we go. Right. I'm definitely doing this trick again because it does make it much easier. So just pulling off only about, what, a centimetre or so, half an inch for those in old money. Just a little bit from each of the 4 strips. And then I am able to position this without worrying about it sticking down in the wrong place. And then just pulling out my little tab all the way down. How's that for a top tip? Perfect positioning. Anything for an easy life, right? I'm not the only one who likes an easy life, I'm sure. Sentiment for this one: sending a little sunshine your way. That's definitely one that I could have sent to the lovely Linda if you got caught out in the hailstorms. Right, so let's put some foam pads on the back here. It's nice having just this little strip of colour at the back because the backgrounds are very colourful already, but just having that extra little piece. Now for this one, it tucks underneath that little palm piece, so I want to make sure that I don't stick that down or else my card wouldn't open. So that's something to watch out for when you get this kit. And then more dimensionals on the sentiment. How are you guys enjoying the new catalogue? I put a whole pile of them in the post. So if you have shopped from me in the last year, one of these catalogues is on its way to you if it hasn't already arrived. And hopefully you are able to see online all the new goodies as well. Lots and lots of really, really pretty things to enjoy. There we go. Right. And that is the last card from this kit. So if I just bring all three of them down then. So these are the three cards from the Painted Skies kit. They come together really easily, really quickly, and I think they're really effective. So if this is a suite that you like, or if this is a design that you like, then one of the things which I absolutely guarantee you will also love is the Scenic Coast suite. So straight away, you'll recognize the papers. These papers are designed to coordinate, match, accompany. They are basically the same sort of designs as we've just seen in this kit. But the thing which the papers have that the kit doesn't, the cards in the kit obviously are pre-printed and ready for you. But these, I don't know, can you see the shimmer on these papers? There's a pearlescent that catches on the wave that is just so beautiful. I'm going to use this particular card. Oh, let you see the other side as well. So bright, beautiful shades on the other side too. But this side is 100% the star of the show. And this is what I'm going to craft with tonight. So I'm going to put the kit cards away to one side. Trimmer, that's what I forgot. Let me just grab that. I thought I'd got everything else ready. I forgot the trimmer. So what I'm going to do is I have prepared a C6 card blank. So this is my basic white card blank here. And then my designer series paper, I'm going to trim it to 10 centimeters. By 14.3. And that should be the right size to fit on the front of my card blank, like so. Next, I'm going to take a piece of basic black. I'm going to cut that to 9.5 centimeters by 13.8. And now this piece fits over the top of my designer series paper with just a small edge round the full edge. And you may be going, Emma, that's a crazy thing to do. Why are you being a crazy person? I'm not a completely crazy person. There is a method to the madness. But the next thing I want to do is use my adhesive sheets. And I'm going to trim these to 9 centimeters by 13. Okay. If you haven't invested in the adhesive sheets, then believe me, you're missing a trick. These things are brilliant, as I'm about to demonstrate. So I'm going to peel off. For this, the adhesive sheets have got strips. I'm just going to peel off one of the strips because then again, it allows me to position it. And then it is easier to peel off the other ones once the first one is in position. peel that off, stick it down, and then peel off the last bit as well. And stick that down. So now I have a piece of basic black that has double-sided adhesive on the back. Next, I'm going to use the dies from the Sunset Coast bundle. So this is the stamp set. And actually, one of the things which is really cool, if you look at the font in the stamps, it's the same font that we have in the kit. So that same kind of swirl and block lettering. It's really, really pretty. So if you like the font in the kit, then you will like the font in the stamp set as well. So for this one, for these dies, I'm going to use the Lighthouse one, and I'm going to cut that out of my basic white like so. So let's get my cut and emboss machine. Just clean this up. I want to make sure I line it up the right way. I want my circle to be in the center, left and right, and then the same about at the top. That down there. Crank that through. Now I'm going to crank it through once in one direction and then back again in the other direction. The only reason that I'm doing that is because it's got the layer of adhesive on the bottom, and I want to make sure that it absolutely has popped out. So let's now pop this off. There we go. Pop out these pieces. Use my trusty take a pick tool just to pop out these tiny little bits. Make sure I capture all of that. There we go. There's some really lovely fine detail on the lighthouse there as well. Now it's time to start putting this together. So if I take my trusty Tombow and stick my piece of designer series paper onto the center of my card blank. And you can see I've just got a little bit of a white rim all the way around the edge. Then I'm going to peel off the adhesive backing. And I'm going to position that as well. There we go. Right, I trimmed off this little piece off the bottom of my designer series paper. I'm actually just going to stick that along the bottom there, just for a bit of interest. And I'm going to show you a really clever tip with the sentiment as well. So let me stick this down first. Because waste not, want not, all right? There's a lovely shimmer on that piece of paper, and I think just adding it along the bottom really helps. Okay, let's go to my stamps. And so I'm going to do now, how am I going to do this? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, do you know what? The adventure continues. Do you know, as I think about this, I've got a colleague at work who is leaving to move on to another role. And it occurs to me that a card which says the adventure continues would be a really good card for somebody who's leaving one job and starting another. So, all right. Let's stamp this. The colour that I've chosen here is Blueberry Bushel because I think it goes really nicely with the colours in the sea here. And then I've got this punch here. So this is a ticket punch. I'm not actually 100% sure that it's current, but what I'm going to show you, so instead of punching it into the centre, I'm going to punch it off to one side, like so, okay? And then what I want to do is I want to have a smaller size of this punch. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow on the back just of this scrap here. And I'm going to stick it on there. So now I've got something that I can hold on to. I'm going to pop it back in here. And I'm going to punch it again closer to the other edge, like that. And this way, I've got a smaller version of this shape, because now I'm going to punch the shape out in my Blueberry Bushel. And I can put this on the top and have a space at both sides. Now, I know the other way to do it is have a large piece and then cut it in half and put it on as a background. But sometimes you want a smaller version. So that's what I've done here. That little piece that was stuck to the back, I'm just going to tear that off, because then the whole thing is getting stuck down onto my Blueberry Bushel piece. Sometimes it's fine to have the tag be a bit longer. Sometimes you want it shorter. So it's just to show you how versatile these punches are. Let's get some foam pads on the back of this. Pop that on the bottom there. And then with this suite comes sequins, which kind of coordinate with the amazing colours that are in these papers. So I'm going to put just a couple of them on there, like that. And there you go. That is a card using the Scenic Coast suite. So there we go. That was our crafting for this evening. So just to remind you, we started off with the Painted Skies kit, and then we finished with the Scenic Coast suite. You can see how beautiful these shapes look, whether you do them in the white or in the black. And if you've got any questions on any of the items that I've used tonight, then please do get in touch. I hope you've enjoyed the crafting this evening, and take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.